Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 camp build. So, as I'm sure you've noticed from the thumbnail and the title, we are working on a treehouse. This one is an existing location. It's a Bethesda-built structure that we can, in fact, place our camp unit on and build up. And that's really, really cool. It's down in Skyline Valley, but it does have a few shortcomings that are a little bit frustrating, so we'll talk about those in a minute. But first up, let's have a little look at where we are on the map. Okay, so down in Skyline Valley, we are over here on the western side of the region, and not too far from research site Saxony that we can see down there. If we zoom in just a second, we'll actually see there's a tiny little marker on the map that I've mostly hidden with my camp unit here. It's basically kind of a turkey, so a thrasher I suppose, it's marked on the map over here, and you're basically right on top of that. So it's quite easy to find. And there we go. This is a very cool structure. When I saw it, I was like, that's not going to be buildable, is it? Went over there, tested it. Yep, you can, in fact, drop your camp unit on it. So what I did was to put my camp unit actually inside the tree house. It's on, or started off on, rather, the lower level right next to the tree, sort of on this side where we are now. And obviously that puts a big, nice circle around it. As we can see, the ground is very, very steep here, though, so building off of the main structure is problematic. Building on the main structure is as well, actually. But just up here, up the slope a little bit, inside of my build zone, we do have a little flat kind of plateau in the slope, which is quite handy for dropping my field dressing station and a few extra accoutrements to dress it up a little bit there. So quite glad I managed to find that, because otherwise you end up with that thing floating. It can look a bit weird. So, you can see a few bits and pieces on the top there, but down the bottom here I've got a outhouse and shower. Those I had to use the merge glitch and a rug to kind of sink these into the ground a little bit more, and the rug's mostly hidden by the object, so it kind of works, makes everything sit quite nicely with the rest of the structure. Kind of offsets the issue with the slope as well, which I've endeavoured to do around this side a bit as well, although not quite as successfully, unfortunately. So down here we have my power armor station and a few other bits and pieces to dress that up with as well, which is quite cool. This I had to build sort of elsewhere, then I blueprinted the whole thing and snapped the blueprint onto another foundation that I'd used to lower it down, because the sort of natural point this wants to sit at is really, really raised up, and it's already quite a climb to get up here, as you can see, but where it wants to sit when you just place it freehand is so ridiculously tall, it's not practical at all. But the slope is quite substantial here at the front. So we've got a few cool bits and pieces up there to decorate it up with, some junk. Quite like to use that bicycle. Can't see it being used for much other than implying it's going to be torn apart and recycled, but still kind of fun. And a few extra bits and pieces on the outside of the treehouse. I do like all the lichen on it. That's Bethesda's work, or possibly Double 11. I know Double 11 had a lot of work, a lot of involvement in developing Skyline Valley, so can't quite say as to who is behind this particular construction, but it's quite cool. So head up onto the lower level, and tucked into the corner is a very simple arrangement for my player vending. And this level is probably the single most frustrating part of the whole structure, because this is where the slight letdown is. Incidentally, that lantern there that's hanging is part of the sort of Prickett's Fort kit that's on the Atomic Shop at the moment, and I'll be making use of that soon. But yeah, definitely worth picking that up. So yeah, one of the major issues with this whole structure is, if you're going to put something like this in this game, and let us put a camp unit here, please make sure we can build everywhere in it, because we really can't. See where the two pieces of floor, where that sort of rug is there into the corner? It's blank because absolutely nothing will place there that I can find. I've tried blueprinting, I've tried all manner of bits and pieces to try and get stuff to sit there. It won't. This corner is just basically useless, which is very, very frustrating. I managed to get that stool in there. The generator is not my addition, that was already there, same with the ladder. I put the axe in, and the lamp, and the Mr. Fuzzy display over there, and the wet floor sign, but so this corner where we're standing now is completely undecoratable, buildable. It's very, very frustrating, because I would like to add more to it. I'd probably put some workbenches down here and stuff. As it is, I've got very limited workbenches, just the bare necessities crammed into this place, because it is a bit challenging in places. So as we head up here, I've turned this into a sort of sitting area and a cooking area as well. The punch card machine there, a few bits of decoration. This table comes with a lot of clutter anyway, but you can still add a few bits to it, which is not quite ideal, but I needed that stuff in there somewhere, so we'll do what we can. Tuck the barbecue into the corner there, because of all the possible cooking station options, that's the one that kind of makes the most sense up here, in my opinion, and it looks quite good, blends in. Now we come into the upper internal space, which I guess is a living space, and this again is basically the 3 workbenches, and obviously we've got the power armor station down below. This is the bare essentials for most of what I do when I'm running around and playing. And pretty much everything in here had to be blueprinted to place it, just because it is really, really difficult to get things to place without them either jumping up or trying to sink through the floor. And this really, if you can put a camp unit here, this thing really needed to be way, 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 way more cooperative for building, because who wouldn't look at this and go, yes, please? I did. But yeah, squeeze the bed in there. You can sort of see underneath it if you appear at the right angle. There's a couple of rugs in there, and I had to put those down in order to get the bed to sit there. Otherwise, it wanted to just kind of fall through the floor. The rugs were fine, but the bed not so much, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I managed to squeeze a whole bunch of bits into that corner. So we've got the scrap box and the ammo box. Unfortunately, where that skull is, I can't build either, or anywhere on this big section of floor that I'm kind of standing on now. This is also completely unbuildable. Can't put rugs there, can't put furniture there, can't put anything here. Much like the area down below, and it's rage-inducing. But I really kind of like the space, and I've managed to squeeze the essentials in and a few bits of decoration, but because of the type of walls, stuff either sinks in, doesn't look great, or can't be placed at all, and then you've got chunks of the floor where you can't place anything. So this is a really cool place that I wanted to showcase, and if you want to just do simple stuff, and you're prepared to faff around with the blueprinting system, it's kind of fun. But it's not a happy building experience in this place, I have to admit. But I had to do it once I saw this place, how could I not, you know? As far as a viable pre-existing treehouse goes, well, this is the best option I've seen anywhere in the game. See, there are other potential places around, although I think they've been made into marked locations and things and have stuff going on, so this is probably the only one that's viable at the moment. I could be wrong about that, though. Still, a very, very cool structure, and little bits of flavour and stuff that here already are quite cool, so I don't mind those, but yeah. A lot of stuff in this that's Fallout 3 orientated, rather than Fallout 3, Fallout 4 even. Get my numbers in the right order, rather than 76, but, you know, that's fine, there's carryover. There's a lot of the building stuff is retextured, reworked stuff, some of it's entirely new, this stuff's mostly slightly resized in some cases, but mostly Fallout 4 stuff. But it's cool, I've been having fun playing Fallout 4. I've been having a lot of fun playing Fallout London the last few days, so if you want to jump in and join us for that, we'll be live streaming quite a lot of that going forward, because I am very, very impressed with that mod. It's really, really cool, having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, a couple of videos on the subject as well if you want to check those out. But yeah, all in all, I am as happy as I can get with the results here. I would have liked to have been able to cram more in, but the restrictions and limitations on building on this thing are a little bit onerous and frustrating. But yeah, it is nonetheless quite fun and cool place to build. And obviously you can add bits and pieces on ground level if you want to work with the slope, but I didn't want to kind of change the feel of the original place too much, so that's why I went this way. Yeah, quite happy. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, you know where the likes and subs are. Appreciate all of that. Social media links, merch store, channel memberships down below if you want to hit those and support the channel that way. Massively helps out. And yeah, as I said before, join us for live streams and stuff as well. We're having a pretty good time with Fallout London and some other bits and pieces as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.